Well, hi guys, my name is Charlotte Gonzalez and I am a cake artist. And today we're gonna be talking about cheap versus quality flowers. We're talking about silk flowers and why you do not, and I repeat, do not want anything to do with cheap flowers on your cake. I know it is very tempting to go for the least expensive ones. Yes, sometimes you can find really pretty ones that are very inexpensive if you actually can grab them. But sometimes we try to help our customer, right? But you need to have in mind that not everybody is your customer, first of all. Second, if you're gonna go the silk route, which is the easiest and the one that has the least risk, you will have to go for really good quality flowers. Why? Because you want them to look good on the cake, and even though you want to help your customer, but with the cost of the cake, if you go the cheapest route, remember that it's not gonna look professional, it's not gonna look good. People can actually tell, even in professional photos. And it's your name on the cake, it's your business name on the cake. So you always want to offer the customer the highest quality you can. And today we're gonna be talking cheap versus quality. So what are the main differences between good quality flower versus a cheap one? Well, there are several. I have them written down here, so bear with me. This is one of my first videos. The first one will be the weight of the fabric. Cheap. I have here, believe it or not, this is a cheap one. It actually is cheap, but it actually looks pretty good. It's a big rose. I bought it at Walmart. It was the best I could find there, but the petals are very lightweight, and it comes across like it will not be very good, very grease resistant, and you want it to be like that. Why? Because you don't want it, by the time the cake has been sitting on the table for a while, it's gonna look all greasy, it's gonna look weird, the color is gonna change. So you wanna make sure it will work for that. They should hold the shape also. Let me show you this one right here. This is a beautiful rose I bought at Hobby Lobby. Now, this one, as you can see, I hope this can focus. As you can see, it's like the perfect coloring. It's just beautiful. Has a little bit of green here, just like a normal real flower. It has the buds. The buds are really well done. They're big, and the greenery looks pretty much real. Now, this stem, just this stem, was $6.99. Okay, Hobby Lobby. Very good quality flowers. They do have the cheap ones too, but you want to go for this kind. Now, this is Walmart, and this one was, I think it was $2.97, and it's pretty. It's still gonna look pretty, but it's not gonna look as elegant and refined as the one from Hobby Lobby. Okay, see, this bud is quite different. It has this gruntle thing right here. This is a bigger bud. The coloring is on the greenery is like, I don't know, off. It's a very lightweight. So, this is cheaper, but this is still doable. Now I'm gonna show you a really, really cheap one from the Dollar Tree. Please never go for Dollar Tree for flowers for your cakes. Never, because people can tell. This, I don't have a rose, but check this out. I don't know if you can see it. See this greenery? This looks so fake. It has no vein. The coloring is just weird. They are very thin, see-through petals. And it's just not right. This is just not right for a cake, as opposed to something like this, you know, you can put this in, and unless you actually come, you know, to the cake and touch it, you wouldn't know. So this is part of it. You know, they're more realistic. The more grease resistance, they hold the shape much better. So those are a few of the things that you have to look for when you're buying your flowers for a cake. So how can you save a little bit of money when buying this quality flowers? Well, you will definitely have to wait, right, for the sales. Let's say Hobby Lobby, and I always say Hobby Lobby. You can do Amazon, you can do, you know, you can do different places online. Thing is, like, I don't know about you, but for me it is very important that I actually see the flower, that I touch it, that I feel it, to know it is right for my cake. You know, I don't like just buying without knowing what to expect, because you can end up wasting a lot of money, because if the flower is not up to standards, you should never use it on your cake. Remember, your name goes in the cake, so you need to guard your reputation. What are the most popular flowers and colors that you can stock up, you know, and always have them on hand. You can show them to your clients, see if they like any that you have. If not, then you can just go and buy whatever they need for the cake. But if you already have them, well, that's a plus, because you can kind of like show them in a dummy or something how that's gonna look like. So I would suggest buying roses. Of course, the rose is like the best one, the most requested one, most of all for weddings. So you can buy some roses in different sizes. Definitely sunflowers, because brides love sunflowers, many of them, especially for the summer and for fall. The hydrangeas are so pretty. They're so full, they're so big. They tend to look very realistic, so that's something else. And they cover a lot of area, so if you had like a really big cake, you only need maybe 2-3 stems, and that's it. And never forget about buying the greenery. You know, the best colors to buy, I have them written right here. Obviously, pink or rose, absolutely, because they are requested a lot. White flowers, always. I mean, white roses, the pretty, really pretty ones. Yellow, it's good, you know, for the sunflowers, and maybe if somebody's asking for daisies, stuff like that. Light green flowers, like very light green. Ranunculus are beautiful. And the hydrangeas in a light green, they're really pretty. Cream flowers are always a favorite. Red flowers, if you're gonna go for red, make sure that you go for a really deep color. They are ideal for the winter months and fall too. And burnt orange, because burnt orange, hey, it's great for fall. We have, you know, fall, it's almost is almost upon us, right? Because we always think ahead of the season that is coming. So these will be the ones that I would recommend to have on hand. Okay, so go to the store, go to Hobby Lobby. I'm not getting sponsored by any of them. I'm just telling you where I like to buy my flowers, because they have a great variety. And wait for those 50% off sales, because you can get so many pretty ones, and you already have them on hand. So you're saving yourselves a trip to the store, and that saves you money. So you always need to find ways to save money on your business. So I have the cake here. It's chilled, so you can actually touch it. It's all buttercream. If you want to see how I did this one, I recommend you go to my previous video, and you can see how all this is a strawberry cake that is filled with berries. It's so good. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and place the cheap flowers first. They're still gonna look pretty, but they ain't the same. Wait till I do the really pretty ones, right? So I have my flowers here and my my scissors, and the reason I don't have the other kind, hold on. Oh, I did not think about this. Okay, so we got this flower, which is huge, is really pretty, and you can start seeing where you want it. If you want it there, if you want it down here. Now, if I'm gonna do a flower, I'm gonna do it like right here. Let's see. You can play with it and see where it looks best. I think that's a good placement for it. I don't know if I'm gonna use this big one. That's the thing, you know, when you're doing this is this art. So you try to figure out the design. You can do one of two things. You can do it as you go, like I'm doing right here, or you can sketch. You know, you do your sketch and you have already decided, and see when you're actually putting the flowers on the cake if the sketch plan really works, which it should if you have done your homework. Let's see how this is gonna work. This is a lot. You see, that's the thing. This is way too big. This one is way too big. It might work like this. I don't know. I am not 100% convinced. So I'm gonna check on this one. This one is too small. I might just go with this. Let's see how this works. And just put it in there. You accommodate. And that's your cake. You can, let me see, it's too much. This one is just too big. If you want to put some greenery, maybe you can test it before it goes there. I don't care about the greenery on this cake. I think this is just perfect. Okay, so tell me what you think about this one, and then I'm gonna return and I'm gonna do the expensive one, which I think is gonna look a lot better than this one actually. Okay guys, so now I have removed the inexpensive flowers, and we're gonna go now with the more, you know, the highest quality flowers, which is this beauty right here. And I have already cut it. I'm just gonna place it exactly in the same spot I placed the previous one, right? Look at that, so pretty. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous, this one. And I'm gonna see if this works. I'm gonna go with this big bud. I have two. I have a bigger one and a smaller one, but I think I'm gonna go with a big bud. I'm gonna place it just, you know, on top to see how it will work. If it works, I'll just, yes, this one works beautifully. See what I'm telling you? I just put it right there. Okay, I think this too will be perfect. I don't think I'm gonna put anything down here. I'm not quite sure yet. See, this is how we work. We just look at it, see if it works. If it doesn't, that's fine. Then we'll just leave it, you know. Let's see. I don't think that works. Maybe I should have put this first, right?
I hope this works.
And this one on the side. It still doesn't look as elegant as where I just put the bud and this. You know, just this too, right here. I think that works. Let's see if this will work here. No, they're too big. For cakes, most of all for wedding cakes, in my opinion, less is more. Sometimes I see some that are full, you know, of flowers. Depends on the design. Sometimes I see it and it doesn't work. Sometimes it works. You need to play with it. So it's always a good idea to sketch your design before you're going for it. Of course, you're gonna want to show the bride and the groom what you're gonna do for them. They're gonna want to see it. But ultimately, you're gonna know once you have the cake in front of you, and once you have you have everything in place. This is where it's gonna look the way that you want it to look. So I really hope that today was a very enlightening day for you, most of all if you're new in this industry, on just a little bit on the flowers, because come on, you know, most brides want flowers on their cakes, and you know, some know how to do the sugar flowers, which is amazing. I know how to do a few of them. They're very time consuming though, and you know, sometimes they really want something that looks very realistic, and they really don't care that much about them being sugar. So this is the best way to go. Fresh flowers are amazing. They look beautiful. They are very temperamental, and you have to be very careful because, you know, unless they are organic, or you know, they are cultivated for the food industry, they contain pesticides and all that, and it is quite a problem. You know, it's a risk that you don't have to take. So for me, my best bet is going with silk flowers. Just make sure you buy the right ones. Hope you learned something. Hope you really like, and please subscribe to my channel and let me know how I'm doing. Have a good one.